You've seen them in places like hospitals, schools, or retirement homes, but now support dogs in Toronto have a new gig in court. The Ministry of the Attorney General has teamed up with St. John Ambulance, pairing victims of human trafficking with some very special canines. Our own Melanie has been working on this story, and she joins us now along with Sheilagh Stewart, Program Coordinator with St. John Ambulance Therapy Dogs, and her adorable, loving dog, Ringo Starr, who is such a star. Good morning.
Good morning.
Stole the show, right? Everyone loves Ringo.
He's so sweet, and I noticed he goes to every new person on the couch to comfort them, so he's very much tailor-made for this program.
Absolutely, and you can hear the heavy breathing.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. It's okay, he's just excited.
So talk to us a little bit about this, and there's been pilot programs that have started out outside of our city of Toronto.
Yes, there was a pilot in York Region, and that's been very successful. And based on the success of that pilot, the decision was made to expand it into the Toronto area courts. Unlike York Region, though, we are just going to do victims of human trafficking.
Which is interesting because the question was, why start with human trafficking? And those witnesses and those victims are very vulnerable, so they need this support.
Yes, they do, and also it's Toronto. It's very large. There are a lot of courthouses. It's a lot of distance to cover. You would need an awful lot of dogs like Ringo Starr and Dexter and the other dogs to cover the whole area. So a lot of victims, we thought narrow it down to victims of human trafficking to start, and then maybe we'll expand to other victims.
So what is the rationale? How will this play out in court? Will he be alongside during testimony? Is he there prior to testimony to help them calm down when giving whatever they have to give, you know, in terms of their documents or their stories to the court system? How does it all play out? How does he train for it?
Well, he's already trained because he's already a therapy dog, as are the other 10 dogs in the pack. They're all very experienced, at least 2-year experienced therapy dogs and handlers. The dogs will be with the victims when they go for interviews, for example, preparation with the Crown or police interviews. They may just comfort the victim before court. They may not actually go into court with them, or they may go into court with them and the victim may look at them from a distance, or they may actually be with the victim in the courtroom. So it's a variety of approaches that is being taken. It's up to the victim to decide whether they want a dog, and then if they want a dog, how they want the dog, and how best they can use the dog.
What's interesting, Sheilagh, so Sheilagh comes from a background of 33 years as a Crown prosecutor,
yes.
So you know your way around the courtroom. So the procedures for the handlers, it's difficult because some of them have never even stepped in a courtroom before.
Yes, so we had mandatory training, and 2 days where I got the pleasure of introducing my fellow handlers to the courtroom. And it was a good reminder to me that not everyone is comfortable in a courtroom, not everyone's been in a courtroom. So it was interesting to watch their reactions to see what's coming.
Now, Ringo is a Wheaten Terrier. Mel, you have a Wheaten Terrier as well.
Wheaten, yes.
How do you know if your dog is well suited? Is it a certain breed that's better than another? Is it a temperament? How do you know?
Well, Wheatens generally don't make good therapy dogs because they can be rambunctious and bark. But once they get the collar on, he's a totally different dog. And so if your dog doesn't bark a lot and, you know, can follow commands and do, you know, things like that, then I'd encourage you to go to our website and check out the information. But for the courtroom program, we started with handlers and dogs with 2 years plus experience because it's particularly challenging.
And what has the training been like so far, or the response, rather, to people who have actually been alongside Ringo? What have you noticed?
That people don't want to let him go, that they just feel calmer having the dog. They like to cuddle the dog, as Melanie's doing. It's probably going to be challenging just to walk into the courthouse because we're anticipating, you know, being stopped by various people on the way in. The alternative uniform that the therapy dogs wear is a vest that says, "Please pet me," and especially on the subway, people definitely pet our dogs.
Something that could be so daunting and terrifying. I mean, these are really, they're angels, 4-legged angels, helping them out in the court system and doing some great work. You deserve a lot of love, Ringo.
He doesn't even know.
Or biscuits.
He doesn't even know.
Yeah,
Oh,
more
you're
biscuits. Not on the couch, though, right, Val?
Yeah, no, exactly. It's a white couch.
For more information, please be sure to see Melanie's full story on this brand new initiative. It'll be on City News tonight, Mel, 5 and 6.
You got it, 5 and 6.
Thank you so much. Ringo, you can chillax. He's the best. We'll be back, actually, with more BT right now. We're going to check in. Oh, is it?
It's me.
Mel.
I've got your top stories
Mel's
right now.
Take it away.